The American Revolutionary War began on April 19, 1775, when 77 colonial militiamen stood their ground against nearly 700 British troops in Lexington, Massachusetts. By the end of the day, and after another battle in Concord, Massachusetts, the American colonies were at war with Great Britain. The day before, a member of the Sons of Liberty named Joseph Warren learned that British troops would march to Concord the next day. He sent two men, William Dawes and Paul Revere, to secretly alert the people in the town to prepare for the arrival of the troops. A poet named Henry Wadsworth Longfellow would later pen the poem, Paul Revere's Ride, and immortalize the actions. Well, the actions of at least one man, that night. I should also point out that Paul Revere did not in fact shout, "The British are coming!" as he rode through the towns. That would be counterproductive to the secret mission Joseph Warren had sent him to complete. As the message reached Boston, two lanterns were lit in the steeple of Boston's Old North Church, a secret symbol to alert the Patriots that the British were arriving by sea. Paul Revere and William Dawes were joined by Samuel Prescott, and they continued to spread the word through Lexington and then to Concord. By the morning of April 19, 1775, nearly 700 British troops had marched into Lexington. They were met by 77 armed militiamen, ready to take a stand against the powerful British Army. Shots rang out from both sides, leaving one British soldier and 8 colonial militiamen dead. It was the shot heard round the world, although no one knows who fired the first bullet. Regardless, the American Revolution had begun. The remaining militiamen retreated, and the British soldiers continued on, intent on seizing weapons from a colonial armory in Concord, Massachusetts. Meanwhile, another militia in Concord gathered and prepared for battle. Shots were fired, and in the hours that followed, nearly 2,000 colonial militiamen amassed to fight the British. Realizing that they were outgunned, the British troops retreated to Boston. The militia followed the British and fired on them from behind trees, rocks, walls, and houses. The British troops began running through the countryside to escape, the colonial militia hot on their heels. While the British did meet up with reinforcements when they reached Lexington once again, it wasn't enough. They continued to retreat, and the American colonists chased them all the way. By the end of the day, the militiamen had proved they could stand up to the powerful British military. This early victory gave the people the confidence they needed to amass their own army and begin to wage a war for the heart of a nation and the future of democracy.